An AI model just beat human doctors in an emergency room diagnostic study. Yes, real emergency room cases. We will dive into what that means for the future of healthcare.
Welcome to 5-Minute AI News for Monday, May 4th, 2026. We are also covering Microsoft getting caught secretly tagging code commits, a wild debate over AI music, and the logistical nightmare of giving a traffic ticket to an empty robotaxi.
Let us start with that massive Harvard study. Researchers tested large language models on actual emergency room cases, and at least one AI model was more accurate at diagnosing patients than two human doctors.
That is a massive leap. The emergency room is a high-pressure, critical environment where speed and precision save lives. If an AI can reliably assist or even outperform humans there, patient care is about to get significantly faster and more accurate.
Speaking of AI reliability, MIT researchers finally figured out exactly why making language models bigger consistently makes them better. They pinpointed a mechanism called superposition that explains this reliable scaling.
Understanding the actual mechanics behind scaling is a big deal. It means developers can build larger, more capable models much more efficiently, instead of just throwing computing power at the wall and hoping it sticks.
But as these models get smarter, they are also disagreeing on morals. A new benchmark tested frontier models on 100 everyday ethical dilemmas, from oncology protocols to sales data misuse.
And the models had completely divergent moral judgments. It really highlights the alignment problem. We desperately need a framework to decide whose ethics these AI systems are actually following when making decisions.
Moving over to the corporate side, Xiaomi just dropped an open-weight model called Mi Momo V2.5 Pro. It is specifically designed for hours-long autonomous coding tasks and nearly matches Claude Opus 4.6 on benchmarks.
The real kicker is that Xiaomi claims it uses 40 to 60% fewer tokens to do the same tasks. The open weight race in China is clearly shifting away from just raw performance and focusing heavily on cost efficiency and long-term autonomy.
Meanwhile, Microsoft is facing some serious transparency questions. Developers noticed that Visual Studio Code has been automatically adding a co-authored by Copilot line to Git commits.
The problem is it's happening even for users who explicitly turned off all AI features. Attributing code to AI without user consent raises massive intellectual property flags, especially for enterprise developers who need strict control over their code bases.
On the infrastructure front, Cloudflare just rolled out a new system designed to run massive language models across its global network.
They're doing this by separating the model input processing from the output generation onto different specialized systems. It's a clever way to reduce latency and make running these heavy enterprise AI tools much cheaper.
Let us pivot to some ongoing creator battles. Casey Green, the artist behind the famous "This is Fine" meme, is accusing the AI startup Artisan of stealing his work.
Artisan is the same company that put up those controversial billboards telling businesses to stop hiring humans. This really reignites the fierce debate over generative AI platforms scraping copyrighted material without permission or compensation.
We are seeing a similar battle in the music industry. Generative AI music is absolutely flooding streaming services right now, building on early tools like Google's Magenta.
It brings up some tough questions about who actually wants to listen to mass-produced synthetic tracks. The economic value for human artists is shrinking rapidly as platforms get saturated with AI-generated content.
Looking at the bigger picture, a new U.S. government benchmark claims China is currently 8 months behind in the global AI race.
Though independent data suggests that might not be the whole story. While U.S. labs are focused on building smarter frontier models, Chinese companies like DeepSeek have a massive cost advantage that could become a stronger market factor globally.
Finally, local governments are running into a hilarious but serious logistical nightmare. How do you issue a traffic ticket to a robotaxi?
As autonomous vehicles expand, law enforcement has no practical or legal framework for pulling over an empty car that runs a stop sign. Our existing laws are built entirely around human drivers, and the policies just haven't caught up to the technology.
It's definitely a brave new world out there. To recap today's biggest story, AI is now showing the potential to outdiagnose human doctors in high-stress emergency room environments, marking a massive milestone for healthcare tech.
That is all the time we have for today. Please remember to like, subscribe, and leave us a review on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. It really helps the show. Have a fantastic day, everyone.